Alex, what are you having done here?
It's a Masonic tracing board.
So,
It,
what is a Masonic tracing board?
well, it's part of one of the rituals that we do within the lodge, and it tells a story of where our Masonic brethren, or not a Masonic brethren, Freemasons or stonemasons went thousands of years ago into the temple to collect their wages after doing their week's work.
So, what made you have it done?
There are three main stories that we do regularly in lodge, and this is what we would call the second degree, and this is my favourite degree, and I've always liked the tracing board picture and the story that goes with it, which I know off by heart, and I've always wanted to have it tattooed on my back, and it's always seemed to be impossible because I've spoken to other tattoo artists before, and they've sort of said it might be a tad too complicated, and I spoke to Tommy, and having known him for quite a while, and he said, I'm sure we could manage it, and here we are.
So, does it cause any problems with your line of work?
No, I'm very careful that I like my tattoos, but I'm very careful that I don't have any tattoos that show that if I put on a shirt and tie, you wouldn't know I've got tattoos.
What does the other Freemasons think about this?
Some Freemasons think that I shouldn't have this tattoo because we do say that we won't mark, draw, delineate our secrets or our Masonic arts on anything movable or immovable under the canopy of heaven. But other people think it's great and think it's a good advert for Freemasonry. I've been a Freemason for 30 years. We do lots of work for charity, and everything we do is about charity. So I think if it provokes some interest into people joining Freemasonry, then I think it's fantastic.
How long has this one taken?
I think when Tommy finishes today, it will be done, and it's taken about 25, 26 hours.
Over how long?
Over a couple of months.
You going to have any more done?
I don't think so. I think this is it. This one, to be honest, if I'd known how painful it was going to be when I started it, I think I'd have passed. There have been areas across my back that have been excruciatingly painful. Although Tommy's very gentle, bless him, but there are parts of it that have been very painful. So this finishing part at the moment's not too bad, but it might be because the top half of my body's numb at the moment.
So, Tommy, tell me, what are you doing here?
I am doing a full back piece of a stonemason story. Yes.
And how does it compare with other work that you've done?
Other work, the principles are the same, I would say, with the tattoo, but this one, the subject is pretty specific. So every part of it tells a story, and it has to be accurate.
So how do you start? Do you draw the outline, or what happens?
Yeah, so I drew the outline first, made a stencil of it, which the picture behind is more like a reference, so I adapted the picture behind to make it into more of a tattoo. And we did the outline, and then that got all done in one day, and then over the next couple of days we've continued colouring it.
So what's he like as a patient?
Brilliant. Yeah. I always say he sits as still as you can be, so it makes my work a lot easier.
So how long have you been tattooing?
I've been tattooing for, I don't know how long that was, to be honest. 15 years, yeah. This is when I first started tattooing, but I was learning. I started learning tattooing 15 years ago, I'd say.
And how long have you had the shop here?
5 years I've had the shop, so I've been tattooing from this shop for 5 years, and before that I worked in another shop for a few years before that, so it took me a long time to get to where I am now.
And how does this compare with other work that you've done?
Like I say, this is very different to anything else I've done before. I haven't done anything quite as like involved as this before, I don't think. It's all usually
I think it's because every part of this tattoo is part of a story,
Yeah.
so every part has to be correct.
correct, yeah.
Even the colours.